Well, hello there. It's Brayden Lord, and thank you for joining me on this 250 subscriber special as we answer some of the questions that you guys laid down this past week. Woo! So, let's kick it off here. First question by Lord Bean 123. Could you do a Pokemon Black and White walkthrough and use the water type? If you're part of my channel in the early days, you know that I did some Pokemon stuff. I actually had my own ROM hack of Pokemon White, which is kind of interesting, but yeah, I don't know. I could do a Pokemon game. It would be up to maybe the next time we vote for something, maybe we could decide if we want to do a Pokemon game or not. The problem being is that I don't really have good editing software. I don't really have the finances to really buy like a $300 program or something. I don't really want to, get something illegally, because it's illegal, of course. And yeah, so it would just be like the top screen. There'd be no like graphics or cool stuff, and those really help when you are making a Pokemon LP. So if I did do Pokemon Black and White, I wouldn't do Black and White. I'd probably do Black 2, White 2, because those two are much cooler in my opinion. I haven't finished my playthrough of Black 2 yet. I'm about halfway through, so don't spoil anything. But it's pretty awesome. I'd say it's a lot better than the normal Black and White. So I'll definitely do those instead. And yeah. Okay. So next question from Bob the Builder 5800, which is an interesting name. He says, "Where are you from?" Well, to not divulge too many specific details about me, I'm from the state of Michigan, where we have many Great Lakes around, and it's a pretty good place. And I'm from the up north region, also known as the UP. That's what we call it up here, the Upper Peninsula. Pretty nice place. It's kind of interesting because our family breaks the norm. The UP is pretty much all Finnish immigrants and their descendants, but my parents are from Wisconsin and Minnesota, so I'm not really a standard UPer, but I have some of the qualities, the frost resistance. But basically, temperature doesn't affect me as much. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm from. And Lord Bean 123 also asked another question. He said, "What college do you go to?" Now, I go to a technical school, but that's all I'm going to say because for personal security reasons, I'm not going to go into exactly what college I'm at. So sorry if that doesn't satisfy you, but I do go to a technical college, and I'm, yeah. And AdSlayer14 says, "Have you recorded some Civ 5? Yes, I have a full Let's Play done of Civ 5 on my channel, if you've not seen that. So, if you're silly enough to not notice, then I think you've already commented on that LP, so I'm not really sure what the question is asking, particularly, but yeah. And Butt Grow Hole. let's just stop and have a little for the name. There you go. I enjoy that name. What type of history do you like best? T-A-Y-P-E. Probably A accidentally. Yeah. We'll go with that. What type of history? I like military history, specifically ancient to early medieval era. Swords, axes, all that kind of stuff. Ancient history is cool too. Like I guess classical to medieval would be more correct. Like the late Bronze Ages to the feudal age, I would say. It's very interesting. The political systems and how the world, formed, how the Romans were able to rise to such power. It's pretty interesting. So those are the kind of things I like to study when I have, time to study stuff. But I don't think my school offers any classes in that history period. I think they're mostly post-Enlightenment age. So I'm probably not gonna have any college classes about that. Unfortunately, it'd be cool, but whatever. And GFX Carnage 96 is our next target for questioning here, and he has quite a few. What got you into video making? Well, okay, it's an interesting story. We can go talk about that. So, what got me into YouTube, I guess. I wasn't really a big fan of YouTube. I was like, videos, whatever. I play video games a lot because I'm a nerd and I like video games. But I never really got into YouTube until, 2 summers ago. I believe early June. I was like, you know what? I was playing some Pokemon. I was like, you know, I bet they have videos online of like people battling each other. And then I found out that there's a whole like community for this kind of thing, of Pokemon battling and all this stuff. And I was like, holy cow, that's awesome. So I just, I started watching a lot of videos and all that kind of stuff. And then late in August, I found out a free, screen capture service, and I was like, ooh. So that's when I made, and this ties into the second question also. You said, is this your first YouTube account? Yes, it is. I made it in early August when I figured out I could screen capture. So the first thing I did is I had a Pokemon White ROM. The ROM hack that I was working on is, I don't know if any of you guys remember, maybe a couple of you. I know my cousin that watches this might remember, but and some of my friends, but yeah, I just made it a bunch. I just made it like really hard. Like everything was just all the trainers are so difficult and stuff, and all the levels are boosted up. My goal is to get, like the Elite Four would be level 100, all of them, and I kind of ramped it up from there, difficulty wise, which was kind of interesting. But it took a lot of work, and it kept glitching out, and I just stopped that. But those are inspired by the Pokemon Wi-Fi battles that I saw. And I guess, yeah, I just tried out a bunch of games. Tried out, what was it? Yeah, Age of Empires 2. I got a couple videos of those. I took those down mostly because they're really low quality at that point. And I might do some Age of Empires 2 FE or AOFE at some point, maybe. I don't know. Every time we go out and play with friends now on AOFE, it automatically records the game onto my computer, so that so maybe I'll have a backlog of those games that we play with other people. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not very good at it, but maybe I could show off some of the games I play with other people of that. Yeah, so Age of Empires. I was also doing. What was it? I did something else. Yeah, I did some free space early on as well, but it was weird because every like 5 seconds the free space videos would glitch, and because I didn't know at that point that you couldn't really record full screen on a lot of games, like full screen, because it just wouldn't work, because the Pokemon isn't full screen, and Age of Empires 2, I found a way to make it work. It was really weird, but I made it work anyway. So there's that. I guess. Cough. Yeah, and then I did some Pokemon online trading card game. This is kind of funny. And then I figured out how to make Rome Total War work. And I played a little bit of a Julia campaign. I just tried out some editing stuff on that, but I just didn't like how that turned out. So at that point I said, okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to start with a campaign. Because I just played Pontus on my own. And I was like, you know what, we're going to do a Pontus campaign. And I just decided to scrap pretty much everything else on my channel and just kind of start afresh. And that was actually, was that, let me check real quick. I think that might have been today, last year. That would be pretty coincidental. And I could say, that's the reason I waited till today to do it, because, let's see, Rome Total War Pontus. Yeah, January 28th, 2012. Yes, that was my first video that's on my channel still. So I guess today is my technical 1-year anniversary for existing videos, but I really started back in August. So, yeah, that's how I got started. And I kind of sidetracked myself. Anyway, but yeah, after I did Pontus, and actually, back to Lord B123, I did try a Pokemon Platinum LP after the, Pontus, but I just didn't like that. It just didn't feel good. So those are some of the lost videos of Braden Lord. So yeah, if you're watching the end of my Pontus LP, you'll see that I've referenced Pokemon Platinum. I asked for like votes in the comments in the last video, I think, to see what type of starter I get. But then you'll notice, if you're smart, that I don't have a Pokemon Platinum LP. It just didn't. I just didn't. So. And GFX Connors also asked, what are your computer specs? Actually, I have all of those listed on my channel page under the About Me. You see equipment. I have all the recording software and stuff that I use listed there, and most of the specifications. If you want more details, I guess you can PM me and ask me more. And he says, congrats, thank you. Thank you. And I deserve more. More content. More content is coming. Charles Worcestershire. Yeah, I think you say Worcestershire, right? That's how you say that. Asks, do you like chocolate? My response would be, who doesn't like chocolate? Although I know some people that actually don't like chocolate. Interesting story. In like first grade, we were sitting at like the lunch table. They had like chocolate mousse pudding for that day, and I was like, yeah, chocolate mousse pudding! And I was sitting down, and the kid next to me comes out. He's like, I don't like chocolate. And I'm like, what? Because I assumed like everybody. I was a little kid, so I assumed everybody kind of had the same taste in food and stuff. And I was like, wait, people can have different tastes in food? This doesn't make any sense. What's going on? And it was weird. But and do you like chocolate? Yes, I do like chocolate. And Wasabi Mafia says, I installed CNC 6.4, but I can't play it. Can you help me? No, unfortunately, because yeah, I don't have Stainless Steel 6.4, but I'm sure if you would Google search 6.4, I'm sure Total War Center has a mod form for that, so you can find all that details if you really try. You can go look that up. And yeah, okay. So Frederick of Prussia, formerly known as Otto von Bismarck. Yes, I remember your last name. You can't change names and expect me not to know. He says, yeah, 257 good. You, thanks for the vids. Do you great. For the vids, do your great. Thanks for the vid. Okay. Well, thank you. And he says, I look Roman. Okay. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I don't have any Roman in me actually, or any of Italian at all. I'm English, Dutch, and a little bit of German. Mostly, that's what I am. So, and Henny321 asks, why are you so good at Rome Total War? Well, there's a short answer and a long answer. Short answer is practice. Long answer I will go into because I like talking to you guys. And okay, so Rome Total War was a game that I got. How long ago? That was quite a while ago. I think 5-ish years. Yeah, I think when I first had... no, that was before I had my own computer. Yeah, I had... No, so that was like 6... Yeah, I had it like maybe a year or two after it came out. Because I saw my cousin had it and I played around with it and I was like, yeah! So I was like, parents, you need to get me this. Because I was, like, what, 13, 12 then, so... I still wanted stuff, and, yeah, that was interesting. I like playing like siege defense battles and just like I don't know. I just like lagging out the computer with all the units that I could put in. It was kind of fun. But yeah, I wasn't really serious. I'd lost I'd played for a couple years. I'd lost one of my install discs, and when I had my new computer, and we lost it, the other computer died. I wasn't able to play it. And I was really sad. And then one summer, I was like 15, 16, they decided to give me a Rome Total War Battle Box that had Rome Total War Gold Edition, along with Barbarian Invasion, combo pack there. And they had also Medieval 2 Total War with their Kingdoms expansion. So that's how I got both of those games. And I've had those for quite a while. Medieval 2 didn't really run on that laptop very well, so I didn't get much experience with Medieval 2. Although, I mean, it just looked so bad on that computer that I just didn't want to play it, It was really bad. And interestingly enough, I had this game booster thing because my computer was so bad that I had a program that would cut off all the background processes to run it. It was pretty bad. But anyway, yeah, that's when I started really getting into Rome Total War. I was actually the summer before college. I'd been playing it on and off, had little spurts of Rome Total War, but I've never really, I never really tried to push my skill at the game. I just kind of played on really easy settings, had fun, goofed around didn't really play it too difficult. But then in you know, summer before college, because this is when all the YouTube stuff started happening, I started playing around with, you know, very difficult settings. I was like, you know what? I wonder. I'm probably gonna lose, but I'll try a very hard game as the Julia. And I found out that, you know, I had some trouble. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I grew my experience through that game, and it taught me a lot about optimization. Yeah, I was working on building optimization as well. I did an Egyptian campaign where I tried to figure out what the best buildings would be to build. You know, I started experimenting with like all the specifics of the game, and you know, after a few very hard campaigns, I kind of figured out, you know, you want to build economic buildings, but when you can, build some military buildings and some key settlements. Pick a couple settlements to focus on military, you know, go economic. So I learned these kind of things, learned how the computer operates on the battle map more, so I can kind of take advantage of that. You know, just learn a lot of, you know, tips and tricks about Total War, how to optimize my play and stuff. And yeah, my first non-Roman very hard because it's pretty much all Romans up until that point, was Pontus, actually. Like I said earlier, I did a Pontus game before I did my Pontus LP. It really wanted me to do Pontus. I did very hard, and I lost. The Egyptians were just too much at some point. I had almost knocked them out, but then they came back they had this really high-tech army, and they just wiped me out. Onagers, they killed my general, and they just wiped me out. It was ridiculous. But yeah, then the Scipii came over and cleaned me up. So it was kind of annoying. But yeah, and kind of as a revenge thing, I wanted to do a Pontus LP. So I did play it on hard, not very hard, and same thing with Gaul and Thrace. I didn't play on very hard. I played hard because I was kind of afraid that I would, you know, get crushed again. But now my Greek cities LP, I'm doing very hard. So I'll probably stick with very hard because I think I'm good enough. These LPs have really taught me more about the late game, which, you know, I'm kind of an ADD gamer, so I don't really, you know, stick around on a campaign. Like, I'll do like 15 regions and be like, getting bored, do a different nation, you know, or something like that. So, you know, yeah, that's how I got good at Rome Total War. Lots of practice, experimentation, and you know, having a lot of time as a high school student. So, I mean, if I picked up Rome Total War right now, I probably wouldn't be able to optimize my play. Just saying. And okay, so there's that question. Hazzy Pop says, "Wow, 250. I thought you had 250,000. That's how good you are." Oh, thanks, man. You know, I really like comments like that. It makes me, you know, motivated to keep going. Because, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I deserve. I don't think I deserve any more than I have. I think what I got is what I get, and what I get is what I got. But I mean, if I had 250,000 subscribers, that would be pretty sweet, because I probably wouldn't have to go to college anymore, and I could probably just do it full time. And you know how much fun that would be. Oh man, that would be great. I would love to do this full time. But no, I'd like to have a job in the computer business, even if just part time, while doing this still. That'd be the ideal life. Something math or computer related. Anyway, and Carol Mender says, "I'm impressed with this achievement. Congrats to you. Keep up the great vids. You need more subs." Thank you. He also says, "Have you seen the battle recording of Rome 2 as pre-alpha release?" Yes, I saw that the other week. I saw it last. That was pretty cool. Not gonna lie, the siege tower. Yeah, the ship's firing artillery into the city. That's probably one of the cooler. I love artillery, and that was one of the cooler things. So yeah, I'm excited for Rome 2. Not sure if it's gonna run that great on this computer, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do videos for it. But if I find out a way to do videos, I will. Maybe, you know, we can go through. Yeah, the first thing I'm gonna try to do is figure out how to record it, and if I can record it, I would like to have our first campaign experience together. That'd be kind of cool. And yeah. And Questionable Gaming says in response to Captain Red Cup says, "Congrats. Why do you look so familiar?" Probably because I know you. But yeah. Anyway. And Questionable Game says, "Reminds me of Jack Black, but then so do lots of YouTubers." I mean, yeah, I can kind of see Jack Black in my face, some of my facial expressions, but I don't know, my head doesn't really feel like it's shaped the right way for that. And yeah. DW97 Productions says, I would like it a lot if you did a Rome campaign in Rome Resurrected 2. Just stalling this made so much harder Rome to release at the beginning. It is. I've played Rome Resurrected 2. It suffers, again, with the mods from, it suffers a lot of the same kind of things. It makes it so historically appealing, which is the reason I get them originally, is because, ooh, history, yeah. And, yeah, it's cool like that, but, they just kill the gameplay in those games. They make movement slow. Combat takes forever. I don't have all day to do these battles. No more Rome Total battles, as you can see in my video, sometimes take like 30 minutes as it is. And can you imagine with these high defense, low attack units? It's just, I know it's much harder than a normal game, but it's not. I just don't enjoy. Now there is an exception. Kinda. I do like the extended Greek mod, XGM. Although I mean, it's okay. It's not. I don't know. I just like the balance of the normal game. I just feel like the normal game is so much, gameplay-wise, so much better. But that's just me. And Jesus the Barbarian, or Jesus, or however you want to say that, you can correct me if you want, says, why your beard so full of swag? That sounds like a rap line. Yo, why your beard so full of swag? Well, I would guess because my follicles grow correctly sometimes. Although it does look kind of weird if I go like this, so you can see it's like, but yeah, it's pretty nice. And says, what are you doing school-wise? Well, what I'm doing school-wise, I guess, is math and computer science. It's a dual major that they offer here, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like the computer. I haven't really had much computer science experience, but I know I love math, and I'm having a good time. I like computer science. It's pretty cool. You know, you can make a computer do anything that you want. But, yeah. And one of my cousins says, why does Mason ask stupid questions, and why does the PAX D have to suck so bad? And I'm not sure why Mason asks stupid questions. I would assume that means that Mason's one of these guys, but yo, Mace. Yo, Meso, I don't know who you are. So, unless he's just saying that in general. So, I don't know. I don't know, Jack. That's your name. And why does the Packers D have to suck so bad? Well, you know, they didn't do... They did. They did suck. But the first play, they got to pick 6, man. I mean, come on. Come on. But after that, they sucked. Yeah, I agree. I don't know why they suck so bad. They've had trouble the past couple years with their defense. I don't know. And, would you play multiplayer versus with subs at all? If so, I'd love to play sometime. If you're talking about Rome Total War, no, I can't, because, for Rome Total War, I don't have the correct CD key. So, I have to look up CD keys whenever I want to play online. I used to try to do that, and they glitch often. You often get kicked out of games or something. I don't know. It's weird. And also, since my game is modified, it's not compatible. I'm not able to play online anymore. Anyway, so I would love to, yes, and I'd probably get destroyed because computer players are predictable, human players are not. Although maybe I'd do okay. And but if you're talking about other games, Civ 5 maybe. Well, I don't know. No, that takes too long. Free Space is pretty much dead. Any other? I mean, I do play League of Legends. If anybody's interested, I do play League of Legends occasionally. Usually with just my friends, but I could go on. Maybe nights. Some nights, you know, like 10 o'clock Eastern time. Maybe I could go on, and you know, just kind of look at. We'll see if anyone's on. Same username, Braden Lord, on there. I've kind of defaulted everything to Braden Lord. And yeah, that's kind of really the only multiplayer game that I play. I'm not that great, although Pantheon, I love Pantheon so much. Pantheon and Brand are just the beast. And also trying to get good with Nautilus. So, I mean, I'm okay. I'm not that great. Although I did go, last couple games I played, I did go like what, 16 and 2 and 11 and 2. So I didn't do too good. How many digits of pi can you say? The mathematical pi? Not pi. Pi would be good though if you can't do pi, so it's not pi. Nice phrasing there. How many digits of pi can you say? Okay, 3.14151926. I don't know. Past that, I'm not sure. I could make it up, but I think those are digits of pi, right? That's about as far as I go. I don't really feel like memorizing pi. Let's pull up the calculator and let's do some. Let's pretend that I'm memorizing stuff here. See how many digits the calculator has. See if I was even right with those. I don't know. Probably not. 3.141526. Yeah, I was right. Okay. 3.14159264. There you go. And the digits of pi. Let's see. Cherry, banana, apple. Oh shoot, what was after that? Chocolate, pumpkin, pecan, peach, meat pie, good stuff. Pot pie, mincemeat pie as well. 2 types of meat pie. Is there strawberry pie? There's probably strawberry pie. I don't know. Past that, there's some stuff. So yeah, digits of pi. There you go. And if you couldn't tell, I was naming types of pie. And most fun, Jared the Awesome Person says, which is a great username by the way, most fun you've ever had. Oh man, most fun I've ever had. That is highly subjective and highly irregular. And most fun. Let's see. I guess the most fun I've ever had is because well, let me think. I'm thinking, man. Lampshade, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm stalling for time. My microphone's down here. You can't really see it, can you? Let's check my webcam. Can you see my webcam? No, microphone is just right here. This is the microphone I use, by the way. Blue Snowball. Looks kind of clunky, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Man, this is going really long. This has gone 27 minutes already? Holy cow. I am a long-winded speaker, aren't I? Sorry about that. But, if I'm boring you, you can turn it off. You can give me, just slap me in the face. I don't know. But anyway, back to the question at hand. What is the most fun you've ever had? Oh, I guess. Wow, I don't, there's so many fun things that I've done. Such a loaded question. Oh, most fun that I've ever had. I know it's gonna sound lame, but I guess it's kind of hanging around with people. Like sometimes, if it's the right people, and you know, like my friend group back home, we had so much fun all the time. Oh yeah. So I guess hanging out with my friends would be the answer. It's not very, you know, whatever. Anyway, Ozer Paluk. I'm gonna guess that's how you say that. Has a big block of text for me. It says, at first I thought this wasn't you. No offense by measuring you differently, but your body moves and facial expressions convinced me. Yeah. My voice, I would agree that my voice doesn't really sound like my body. And a lot of people don't. I mean, a lot of people don't look like their voice. Although I try to imagine that I'm good at picking that thing out, but I'm not really. Anyway, my question is, what do you study? I heard you talking about college. Yeah, I talked about that before. Math and computer science. Very fun and cool stuff. I really love it. When I hear people say, "Oh, I hate math," I'm just kind of like, "Oh, sure, yeah." I don't want to sound like an idiot, but I really do love math. Just the way the numbers just oh yeah, so good. And, keep it cool as always. Greetings from Italy. Never been to Italy. Never been to Europe. Be kind of cool. Lately I'm not watching that many videos of yours because I don't have much time to do university business, but I'll get back on track. No worries. Whenever you want to watch my videos, that's the point of the channel. It's not like TV where you have to watch at a certain time. My videos are going to be up here pretty much for eternity until A, YouTube gets shut down, or B, I get shut down somehow. And sorry for being prolix. Not sure what that means, but no problem. I see no problem with prolix, whatever it is. And go on to the next one. 1, 2, 3. Habermas says, first off, congrats, and secondly, question is, when did you start playing Realm Tour and how to get into it? As I said earlier with GFX Carnage, I think, or no, it was Henny 321 where I was talking about Realm Tour. Yeah, my cousin was playing it, and he showed me it around and stuff, and I just was immediately interested into the game because I liked medieval combat. At the time, I was a big proponent of medieval combat. I had all the, I would like Age of Empires 2 was my jam, man. I would just play that all the time. Just I wasn't good. I never got good at Age of Empires 2. I'm just not good at the game really. I'm better now, but still not that good. Yeah, so I got into it through my cousin, and that was about 6 years ago or so. And J2RAR says a couple things. He says, as you can tell, man, your subscribers love you, man. If you're not the best commentator I've heard so far, you have a way of keeping your viewers interested throughout your half hour by saying random things like, bleh! And that makes you so good, man. Congrats, man, and keep making these videos. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And his question is, what's your trick on picking up chicks? Well, first, I guess what you do is you ask them if you can pick them up, right? And then you take them by their legs, kind of, a little under the knees, just to be safe, and then like around their shoulders, and then kind of hoist them up like that. It's probably the best way. Make sure to bend down with your knees, not your back, because you don't want to strain your back picking up chicks. It'd be kind of bad. But if you're talking about, hooking up with the ladies, then I guess my trick would be to be yourself. It's corny and non-original, but it works. Because if you're putting on a front and then later you don't put up that front, and they know about it, or you're not as good as being someone else as you are at being yourself, I guess is the real thing. You have more experience being yourself. I have 19 years of experience of being myself. I can't pretend to be like cool McSwab guy that I have like maybe 20 minutes of experience of being, so just be yourself. And Quithanople Gaming again popping in says, if you got any superpower, what would it be? And as far as games go, I'm a kind of a pyromaniac, so I would have to go with like the ability to manipulate fire, shoot fire in my hands, whatever, protect myself with fire. Just fire manipulation would be really cool. It wouldn't be cool. That would be really hot. But yeah, I think that would be. I'm looking at it's pretty foggy. I hate the weather. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that would probably be my ideal superpower. And yeah, that's why I like City Hero. I like superheroes are like another one of my favorite things. Don't read too many comic books, unfortunately, but I played City Heroes for oh my gosh, it started in like 2007, so yeah, that's like 5-6 years on and off that I've played City Heroes. It's a very fun game. Too bad it had to die last December, but whatever. It's a good game. And the last question from my good friend Rescue74 says, do you like peanut butter pretzels? Oh, this is a loaded question. Loaded. Do they like peanut butter pretzels? My shirt says Mountain Dew, by the way, if you didn't see that. I like Mountain Dew. I don't really drink pop. You know why I don't drink pop? Because it's not good for you. And I found that water's pretty good. That's why I always have a good jug of water. And quenches the thirst. And I mean, if you stop drinking pop I drink tea too, I guess, and that has some sugar, but mostly I try to stay away from sugar. But mostly I like the water. And if you drink water, solely for a while, you'll notice that water starts tasting better, and that you don't need pop. You might think you need it. And they'll not having caffeine in your body all the time is good too. So just a couple health, a little health tip there. Even though I'm a flubber, got a little extra chub on my body, but yeah, if I've been drinking pop for the last, I gave it up like 5 years ago. Yeah, if I've been drinking pop, I'd be maybe 350, 320. I don't know. I'd be super fat, but I'm like 275. 260. I don't know what I am. I haven't weighed myself in years. Yeah, I don't really care. I mean, I can feel if I'm not feeling good physically. I know it, but I'll do some exercise and stuff. But right now I'm feeling pretty good physically, so I'm not too bad. But back to the question: do I like peanut butter pretzels? Yes, for 2 reasons. 1, peanut butter. Peanut butter is one of my favorite things. Protein. It just tastes good. It's just I do a funny thing with peanut butter. Usually I like have a month where I just eat a bunch of peanut butter, and then I like stop eating peanut butter for like a couple months, and then I eat peanut butter for like a month, and because I'm like, ooh, I haven't had peanut butter in a long time. I eat too much, and then I get sick of peanut butter. It's weird. And yeah, so like pretzels too. Very good peanut butter pretzels. I'm making me hungry, dude. Come on. But, yeah, so any questions? Not that many questions, but hope I answered everything that you guys were asking. And I gave you plenty of time to answer, so if you didn't post any questions, sorry, but they're not going to get answered now. I can answer them in the comments, maybe, I guess, but for now, not too bad. So I guess I'm going to leave it off here. Thanks for watching this Superpowers special, and it's been going on for 36 minutes. That's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Metal Gear. Oh my gosh.